Hey everyone, welcome to our video on communication. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to make friends so easily, do well in school, and always know what to say? It's all about communication. In this video, we're going to explore why communication is so important, how it helps us connect with others, and ways you can improve your own communication skills. Whether you're chatting with friends, working on a group project, or talking to teachers, good communication is your key to success. So, let's dive in and discover the power of communicating effectively. What is communication? Communication is how we share information, thoughts, and feelings with other people. We can do this by talking, using our body like smiling or waving, writing, drawing, or even through the tone of our voice. It's like sending a message from one person to another so they can understand what we want to say. There are two types of communication: verbal and nonverbal. Verbal communication is when we use words to share information, thoughts, and feelings with others. This can be done by talking out loud or writing words down. Nonverbal communication is when we use actions, body language, facial expressions, and gestures to share information, thoughts, and feelings without using words. Why is communication important? Communication is crucial because it helps you build strong friendships and understand people better. When you talk and listen to others, you learn new ideas and discover interesting things about the world around you. In school, communication helps you ask questions when you're curious, work together on projects with classmates, and explain your ideas clearly to teachers. As you grow up, these skills will continue to be important in jobs and other parts of life, helping you solve problems, make decisions, and achieve your goals. So, practicing good communication now sets you up for success in the future. Let's talk a little bit more about verbal communication. When you're communicating, here are some skills you can use to make sure others understand what you are expressing. 1. Clear speaking. Speak loudly enough to be heard and clearly so others can understand you. 2. Vocabulary. It's important to use the right words when speaking. And 3. Tone of voice. Different tones, happy, sad, angry, excited, can change the meaning of what you are saying and how others receive your words. If you sound frustrated or angry when debating, for example, the tone of your voice can overshadow the message you're trying to convey. One of the most important skills when partaking in a conversation is active listening. Active listening is fully concentrating, understanding, responding, and remembering what is being said. The components of active listening are eye contact, nodding, repeating what was heard. Asking questions to clarify meaning or to learn more information is also part of active listening and demonstrates to the other person that you're engaging with their words. Active listening also implies staying on topic. While others may understand what you are feeling based on body language or facial expressions, it is also important to use verbal communication to express your emotions. Use words such as "I feel happy because," or "I feel sad when." Be honest when sharing your thoughts and feelings. Now that we've talked about the importance of communication, let's put it into practice with a fun and engaging activity called the telephone game. This game will help us see how clear communication is crucial and how messages can change when we're not careful. Here are the instructions. Let's start by forming a line with everyone standing one behind the other. The person at the front of the line will think of a short message and whisper it quietly into the ear of the next person. Each person will then whisper exactly what they heard to the next person in line. Remember, you can only say the message once and you can't repeat it. When the message reaches the last person in line, they will say it out loud for everyone to hear. We will compare the original message with what the last person heard to see how much it changed along the way. Watch how your class performs in keeping the original message. This game will show us why clear communication is so important and how easily misunderstandings can happen. Now, let's get started and have some fun. I hope you all enjoyed that last activity about verbal communication. Now, let's shift our focus to nonverbal communication. What are some examples of interpersonal nonverbal communication? First, let's talk about facial expressions. Different facial expressions, such as smiling, frowning, etc., show different emotions. Sometimes facial expressions can be very subtle, such as a crease between your brows, a slight grimace, or some smaller movement of facial features. It's important to be able to read facial expressions well to understand what others may be feeling. Next, we have body language. Gestures like waving, thumbs up, and shrugging shoulders can convey messages. Standing or sitting up straight shows confidence, while slouching can show disinterest or tiredness. Subtle body language such as clenching fists or shaking can also show anger or fear. There's also eye contact. Eye contact can show attention and interest in conversations. Another mode of nonverbal communications is proximity. Respecting personal space is really important. Being too close or too far can affect communication. Be mindful of appropriate distances for different situations. You can, for example, be closer to friends during conversations and farther away from strangers. Here's a note: sign language is formalized nonverbal communication. Now, let's watch a video from PBS that shows you examples of verbal and nonverbal communication among children, adults, and the society. Now, let's switch gears and talk about something that's a big part of our lives: digital communication. Whether we're texting friends, chatting on social media, or video calling family, communicating online is a whole new world with its own rules and challenges. Emails are also a huge part of digital communication. Whether you're sending a message to your teacher, a friend, or even a family member, knowing how to write a good email is super important. Always remember to use a clear subject line, be polite, and double check for spelling and grammar errors before hitting send. Now, let's talk about social media. Social media is a fun way to connect with friends and share what's going on in your life. But it's important to post responsibly. Always think before posting something and consider how your post might affect others. What seems funny to you might be hurtful or embarrassing to someone else. Privacy settings are your best friend when it comes to staying safe online. Make sure to set your profiles to private so only your friends can see what you share. And never share sensitive information about yourself, such as your address, phone number, or school name. This helps keep you safe from people who might misuse that information. Speaking of safety, it's important not to communicate with strangers or accept friend requests from people you don't know in real life. Even if someone seems nice online, they might not be who they say they are. Always be cautious and protect yourself. Lastly, let's talk about your digital footprint. Everything you post online will remain there forever and might be seen by people you don't expect. Before you post, think about whether you'd be okay with the future teacher, employer, or even your family seeing it. Once something is out there, it's hard to take it back. Another important point is credibility. Not everything you see online is true. It's easy for false information to spread, so make sure to double-check facts from credible sources. For example, while Wikipedia can be a good starting point for information, it's always best to verify the facts you find there with other reliable sources like official websites, books, or trusted news outlets. This helps you stay informed and avoid spreading misinformation. A pro tip is to look for websites that end in .org instead of simply .com. These websites are most likely going to be credible. Now that we've talked about credibility, let's talk about scams. How do you avoid scams? Be aware of phishing emails. Fake emails that look like they come from real companies asking for personal information or money. Don't click on links or download attachments from unknown senders. Be on the lookout for fake websites. Some websites look real but are set up to trick you into giving personal information. Always check the URL before clicking on any link. Never share your passwords with anyone except your parents or guardians. If something online seems too good to be true, like winning a big prize or getting something for free, it's probably a scam. Always check with a trusted adult before clicking on such offers. Don't click on links from people you don't know or that look suspicious, even if they come from a friend's account. It might be hacked. Also, be wary of downloading attachments from unknown sources as they can contain viruses. And make sure to use ad blockers to reduce the number of potentially harmful ads you see online. If you happen to see a harmful or inappropriate ad, don't be afraid to tell your parents or guardians. These communications are super important to ensure you are protected. Finally, let's spend some time talking about empathy in communication. We have a video from Inside Out that shows how important empathy is in communicating with your friends and loved ones. Now that you've watched this video, what skills did Sadness use in communicating with Bing Bong that Joy didn't use? And why was that helpful? Listening well, especially with empathy, is very important for making good friendships with others. How we talk and use our body language, what we understand from what others say, how we feel about what others are feeling, empathetic listening, for example, asking questions, and making sure we understand messages correctly all help us become better friends and communicators. These skills help us get along with people and do well in school and later at work. They also help us be there for our friends when they really need us. Great job, everyone! Today we learned about the importance of communication and how to stay safe and respectful online. Remember, clear and responsible communication helps you build strong relationships, succeed in school, and navigate the digital world safely. Keep practicing these skills, stay informed, and always think before you share. Thanks for watching, and let's keep communicating smartly and safely.